Goa started with me being genuinely annoyed, like properly annoyed. Our car didn't show up. No message, no proper explanation, and just nothing. And for 2 hours, we were just standing there calling people, negotiating prices, slowly watching the day slip away. And I remember thinking, why is this happening on a holiday? So we woke up in such a good mood. Second day in Goa always feels nicer, right? You are settled in, you are not tired from travel anymore. You feel like now the trip is really starting. It's ending also, but of course, it's better than the first day. We had booked a car the night before, the exact same car which we had booked for day one. Simple plan, drive around, explore Panji, take it slow. And then the driver did not come. He kept on saying that, Sir, मैं बस 2 मिनट में 2 घंटे में 2 सेकंड में आ रहा हूँ. Every time we were calling him. At first, we were casual about it. We felt that maybe he's late, maybe there's traffic, maybe he will definitely come. There was traffic, but then calls weren't being answered properly, and we would get very vague replies like 5 minutes. That wasn't clearly just 5 minutes. And slowly, the irritation started building. It was not explosive, it was just quite irritation. Because when you plan to have a slow day and the first 2 hours are spent arguing with rental services, it just bothers you somehow. Took some numbers from the hotel lobby. Some didn't answer. Some quoted ridiculous prices. Some said no cars available. Of course, it's right. It's a Sunday in Goa and there aren't supposed to be any car available. And I could feel my mood shifting. From relaxed to restless to that silent kind of frustration where you don't even want to talk. And it was almost 1 o'clock, it was our lunch time. 2 hours in Goa, gone. And I had this moment where I thought, okay, maybe today's just not meant to be great. But eventually, after walking, talking, arguing, we did find a car at a price that honestly hurt till now. And for a few minutes after getting in, the car was very quiet. You know that silence? You are not angry, but you're just processing. What the hell was that? Then slowly we just looked at each other and felt a relief. At least we got the day started, right? So our first stop was at Waki. And I'm not even exaggerating at this point. Sitting there felt like a reset button. This was the best place we could have chosen for lunch for that day. Raki was just a random reco which just happened to appear on my Instagram. This is true, guys. I just explored Goa, Instagram, happening places, and this was the first spot which kind of popped up. And I liked the ambience, and we decided to go for it. See, right in front of us, soft, clean interiors, very calm, very elegant. It felt luxurious, but not loud. The kind of place where you automatically lower your voice. The food was genuinely brilliant, like the kind where you pause after the first bite. And I realized something sitting there. My body was still tense from the morning. Isn't that weird? You can change locations, but your nervous system takes time to catch up. So we just sat, no rushing the meal, no checking time constantly, and slowly the irritation started leaving us. At least I can speak for myself. And then, after a very good lunch, so many delicacies to try from, experiencing the slow sun bathing at the balcony with the sea in front, we finally left for our next spot because it was already 3:30ish, and we realized that we really need to rush to the next location. So we finally drove to Fontanas. It's one of the most hyped places in Goa, and this is my fifth time visiting Goa, but I have never been there. Can you imagine? The lens are so pretty, it almost feels fake. Pastel houses, tiny balconies, quiet corners, and so many people with cameras, professionals, just walking around, making content. I mean, I like that. It's a kind of place where you naturally walk slower, but honestly, we weren't walking slower because there was a lot of rush and we were kind of moving with the crowd. But I'll be honest, I wasn't fully in it at first. Part of my mind was still thinking about the car situation, about money, about time wasted, and then something slightly weird happened there. I mean, not scary, I mean, a little dramatic though. Just one of the small uncomfortable moments that shifts your mood again. I won't get it, I mean, into it now. That's a separate story because it kind of was weird, to be very honest. But, anyways, it added to the feeling of the day being slightly off. And suddenly I had this thought: travel isn't always aesthetic, it's messy, inconvenient, and it's very much unpredictable. And maybe that's the part nobody really wants to romanticize enough. By the time we finished walking through Fontanas, we were tired, not physically exhausted, just emotionally done. The 2 hour chaos in the morning had quietly drained us more than we actually realized. And also, we had a timer situation going with the driver because he said, "Hey, madam, 6 घंटे से ज़्यादा नहीं." Anyways, what to do? So instead of pushing ourselves or arguing with the driver at that point to make the most of it, we just stopped. No extra cafes or no sunset chasing, no forcing content. Later at night, we did go for dinner, and this is the most honest part of this vlog. I forgot to vlog it completely. We were just sitting, eating, not talking much, to be honest. And at some point, I realized maybe that's okay. I mean, not every meal needs footage, not every day needs a perfect ending. And that was day two for you all. Very much messy, very much chaotic, and absolutely not Instagram or YouTube perfect, like people claim it to be, but extremely, extremely real. If day one was soft and dreamy and luxurious, day two was a reminder that slow travel isn't about everything going smoothly, and honestly, for everyone at this point. You might get irritated, you might feel tired, but you just have to keep going. It's about how quickly you let go. Life is about that, right? It was very nice to see how life and philosophy and this Goa trip all aligned together this time. Well, honestly, that lesson felt more real than any sea view.